I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler County looks for additional sources of revenue. Commissioners plan to once again start charging developers for transportation impact fees on new construction. Starting next spring, they aim to lift a moratorium on the fees that had been in effect for 8 years. The moratorium was imposed to encourage development, but it's cost county government millions of dollars over the years. Meantime, Palm Coast has the highest impact fees in the county, and that hasn't stopped developers from flocking to the city. The county may take its impact fees one step further as it looks to build a new library and a new sheriff's office operations center. They're asking for a feasibility study of impact fees on law enforcement, fire rescue, and public buildings. That study, which is required by law, will be conducted by an outside consulting firm and will cost $150,000. Any reinstatement of transportation impact fees wouldn't come until next year.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
A deputy is injured in an incident involving fleeing suspects who were apprehended in Flagler County. John Arking reports.
Early Monday morning, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office responded to a vehicle pursued on I-95 southbound by the Clay County Sheriff's Office and St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. The suspects were wanted for multiple felony charges regarding an aggravated assault on Duval and Clay County officers and deputies. The car eventually became disabled after stop sticks were deployed, according to Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
The suspects then abandoned their disabled vehicle, and 2 of the subjects fled on foot. 1 remained in the vehicle, which was immediately apprehended, and 1 suspect was apprehended by use of our K-9. We are still looking for the driver of the vehicle. Unfortunately, in the process, Corporal DeSosa received an injury to his left leg and was transported to the hospital, where I visited him at the hospital, and he is expected to make a full recovery. In fact, he told me he was ready to come back to work tomorrow, so you can't keep him down. He's doing a great job.
A search of the suspect's vehicle found multiple stolen items, including Lego playsets, Blu-ray DVDs, kitchen appliances, and more. The 2 suspects that were arrested, Michael Ellis and Antrell Bryant, were transported to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
It's a project that's been a decade in the making and one that's impact will last for decades more. Beach renourishment will come to a 2.5-mile stretch of Flagler Beach for the next 50 years. It's all part of an agreement between the Army Corps of Engineers and the county. It costs $17 million with a local match required of $6 million. But as we hear from County Commission Chairman Donald O'Brien, another agency is picking up the county's tab.
We basically agreed to an agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, so that they would pay the county's match.
The Flagler County Coastal Storm Risk Management Project will protect the coveted coastline from storm damage while helping at-risk wildlife like the sea turtle and the piping plover. Construction will start in the spring from 6th Street South to 28th Street South. It'll take about 6 months with additional renourishment planned for every 11 years. The heroic actions of a Flagler County Sheriff's Office clerk are recognized. Here's Tony Magoo with that story.
Ashley Hicks went into work April 30th reeking of smoke. During her commute to work that morning, Hicks, 33, a longtime Flagler County Sheriff's 911 dispatcher, saved 3 people and a crate of kittens from a burning home on East Lambert Street. She was honored recently at the first annual First Responders Banquet presented by the Daytona Beach News-Journal. She received the Honor Award. As Hicks ran toward the burning home that morning, she called her colleagues at 911. On the recording of the call, Hicks could be heard yelling inside.
Your house is on fire! You gotta come out!
Were you able to get them out?
Yeah, everyone's out. We've got...
Everyone's out. Make sure that all of them are out.
Yeah, the whole front of the house is fully engulfed. Okay. Everyone's out of the house.
Her fast action drew immediate praise from Sheriff Rick Staley. Hicks reflected on being at the right place at the right time. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
Today, you get to meet a school bus driver and find out how you could be one too.
Randy Wolfram says he's not really a kid person, but he is a bus driver. He says it's a good job.
It's different because you don't have to raise the kids. You just have to understand them and listen to them. Give them an outlet sometimes, and give them a chance. I found I enjoy it.
Wolfram says that between taking the kids to school and picking the kids up and taking them home in the afternoon, he has several hours to himself. And he likes the stories the kids tell him. If you want to be a school bus driver for Flagler County Schools, go to flaglerschools.com and then go to the transportation page and fill out the application. To listen to the entire interview, go to the Free for All Friday pod. It's on the Flagler Radio app. Download the app today. Tomorrow, What condition are the school buses in? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.